Tonight, after a long day that carried responsibility, quiet pressure, and moments that weighed gently but persistently on the heart, we step into this still and peaceful moment and allow ourselves to slow down. The world outside has grown quieter. The pace of the day has finally eased. And here, in the calm of the evening, we give the mind, the body, and the soul permission to breathe, permission to loosen, permission to release the thoughts and emotions we no longer need to carry into the night. There were conversations that lingered after they ended, unspoken worries that traveled with us through the day, expectations we tried hard to meet, and moments that left the heart feeling tired in ways that others could not see. Some of that weight may still rest in the shoulders, in the breath, or somewhere deep within the quiet spaces of the soul. But tonight, in this gentle moment, we are not here to hold on to those burdens. Tonight, we are here to lay them down slowly, kindly, one soft breath at a time. And as we begin to release the weight of the day, we rest upon this quiet promise. In returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Isaiah 30-15. The breath becomes softer now, moving slowly and steadily, like calm waves meeting the shore at evening tide. With every exhale, we loosen the small tensions. We didn't realize we were still carrying tension in the jaw, in the forehead, in the neck and shoulders, in the chest where worries sometimes settle and stay. We do not force the body to relax. Instead, we offer it permission to soften. The heart begins to understand that it is safe here, safe to let go, safe to be still, safe to stop holding the day together. We remind ourselves that we have already done enough for today. The moments that have already passed no longer need to be replayed or rewritten inside the mind. The unfinished tasks do not belong to this hour. The questions that remain unanswered do not require our energy right now. We are allowed to stop striving. We are allowed to release effort. We are allowed simply to rest. And in this gentle awareness, calm begins to settle slowly over the heart, like evening light filling a quiet room. The mind softens, the breath deepens, the spirit begins to loosen its grip on the day. We are no longer standing inside the rhythm of responsibilities. We are standing inside the quiet embrace of night. And in this calm, we hold to this assurance of peace. The Lord will give strength to his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Psalm 29-11. We breathe a little deeper now. We soften a little more. The mind no longer needs to stay alert for what comes next. There is nothing to fix, nothing to prove, nothing to hold in place. The night is not asking anything from us. It is simply inviting us to be still. The room around us feels quieter. The air feels softer, more gentle. The body begins to relax in ways that feel natural and unforced. We are not failing by resting. We are not falling behind by slowing down. Rest is renewal. Rest is strength restored quietly, quietly from within. We allow that truth to reach the deeper places of the heart, the places that worked hardest today, the places that tried to stay strong even when they felt tired. We acknowledge the effort it took simply to keep going. We honor the strength it took to show up, to think, to care, to carry what the day required. And now, we allow that strength to rest. Slowly, we begin to sense a gentle shift, a soft turning inward, where stress loosens and the heart grows lighter. The noise of the day fades farther into the distance. The body settles more deeply into stillness. The breath guides us downward, toward a quieter rhythm, toward a softer pace, toward a calm that welcomes us without pressure, without expectation. We no longer need to hold every thought. We no longer need to manage every emotion. The night holds them for us now, gently, safely, quietly. We allow the heart to trust this moment. We allow the mind to rest inside the calm. We allow the body to release what it no longer needs to carry. And as peace settles in, we begin to prepare the heart slowly, softly, patiently, for rest. Not rushing, not forcing, only allowing calm to deepen, allowing the night to wrap around us like a gentle blanket, allowing the spirit to settle near the quiet edge where wakefulness begins to soften, and the journey towards sleep begins to quietly unfold. And now, as the calm settles more deeply across the heart, we gently begin to move inward toward the quiet places within us that carried emotion throughout the day. These are the places that remained unseen by others, yet felt deeply inside. The thoughts we didn't voice, the feelings we didn't have time to process, the burdens we held quietly while still trying to appear steady on the outside. In this gentle stillness, those emotions begin to rise, not suddenly, not forcefully, but softly, like distant waves slowly reaching the shore. And for the first time today, we allow them to be felt. We allow them to exist without being pushed aside, without being rushed away, without being judged. There may be memories from the day that linger, a conversation that left the heart unsettled, a responsibility that weighed heavier than expected, a quiet moment where we wished we had more strength, more clarity, more peace. There may be disappointments we never spoke aloud, or worries we quietly carried because we didn't want to burden anyone else. Tonight, we no longer carry them alone. Tonight, we give them room to breathe. We do not need to explain our feelings. We do not need to apologize for our tiredness. We do not need to pretend to be stronger than we are. We simply allow the heart to exhale. And as we open space for this gentle release, we rest in this comforting assurance. The Lord is near to all who call on Him, to all who call on Him in truth. Psalm 145-18. The breath deepens again, slow, steady, unhurried. With every exhale, something within us loosens. A knot in the chest, a tension in the shoulders, a heaviness we did not realize we were still carrying. We begin to understand that emotional release is not weakness, it is relief. It is the moment when the heart finally stops bracing itself and begins to soften. We allow tears to exist if they need to, whether they fall or remain quiet inside. We allow tenderness. We allow honesty. We allow our humanity to rest. There is a gentle kind of healing that begins when the soul is finally allowed to stop pushing forward. Healing does not always arrive as a moment of certainty or strength. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet easing, a soft unwinding from the inside, a tender acknowledgement that the heart has carried much more than words could ever express. We do not rush this healing. We do not demand progress. We simply allow it to happen slowly, gently, naturally. And in this tender space, we rest in this promise. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. These words do not push us. They do not require anything from us. They simply hold us, softly, like a warm hand resting over the heart. The body relaxes a little more now. The chest feels lighter. The mind no longer presses against the weight of the day. We allow the spirit to rest where it once struggled to endure. We allow the heart to recover strength quietly, instead of forcing it forward. The room feels warmer. The silence feels gentle, no longer empty, but comforting. The breath finds a peaceful rhythm, like a soft lullaby for the soul. We are not fixing the day. We are not rewriting our experiences. We are allowing peace to move through us, naturally, gracefully, without effort. And as this calm deepens, healing begins to feel less like an action and more like a release. Not something we must reach for, but something that is already happening within us. The worries of the day drift farther away, like distant echoes fading across the horizon. Thoughts soften at the edges and slowly dissolve. Nothing pulls at us now. Nothing demands our strength. We are free here, in this quiet and gentle night, to rest without resistance. The heart no longer carries what it once held so tightly. The spirit no longer stands in tension. The body no longer tries to stay alert. Instead, everything within us begins to surrender to peace. And as we move closer to this deeper stillness, we hold on to this reassuring promise. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. We do not fall into rest suddenly. We descend into it softly, slowly, the way twilight fades into night. The breath slows, the heartbeat steadies, the body grows peacefully, heavy, safe, supported. The mind no longer tries to think its way forward. It simply drifts, gently, like a cloud moving across a quiet evening sky. We are no longer standing in the weight of the day. We are resting in the quiet embrace of healing. No urgency, no pressure, no expectations, only softness, only peace. Only gentle, quiet restoration spreading quietly through the soul. And now, wrapped in this deeper calm, we begin to move closer, one slow breath at a time, toward deeper rest, toward the stillness where awareness softens, where the night cradles the heart, and where the body prepares, gently and lovingly, for the peaceful descent that awaits. And now, as the night settles more deeply around us, we begin to drift into an even quieter and more peaceful stillness, a place where the body feels supported, the mind feels calm, and the heart gently understands that it no longer needs to hold on to anything from the day. The world beyond this moment continues in its own rhythm, but here, inside this quiet space, time seems to soften, slow, and fade into silence. The breath moves slowly, now gentle, steady, unhurried, like soft waves returning again and again to a quiet shore. The body grows heavier in a peaceful way, as if it is sinking into comfort, as if the weight it once carried has been lifted from within. The shoulders rest. The hands release their tension. The muscles soften quietly, without effort, without force, without resistance. There is no urgency in this moment, no expectation, no pressure to think, to plan, or to hold anything together. Only calm, only stillness, only peace. And as we rest inside this deepening calm, we hold to this quiet assurance. My soul finds rest in God alone. My hope comes from Him. Psalm 62:5. The words do not awaken the mind, they soothe it. They do not ask us to do more, they invite us to release, to trust, to rest. The thoughts grow softer now. They appear slowly, lightly, and then drift gently away. What once felt close begins to feel distant, like echoes fading across the night. We no longer revisit conversations. We no longer rehearse ideas or worries. The mind is no longer standing in the noise of the day. It is resting in the quiet of the night. The room feels safe, familiar, comforting. Silence no longer feels empty. It feels warm and protective, like a soft blanket wrapped around the heart. And as we sink deeper into this peaceful stillness, we rest upon this gentle promise. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4-8. We do not fall into rest all at once. We drift toward it slowly, gracefully, like dusk fading into night. The breath slows. The heartbeat steadies. The body becomes peacefully still. The last small traces of tension begin to fade. From the forehead, from the jaw, from the chest, until calm remains. Quiet, steady, complete. We allow the day to release its final hold. The last thoughts, the last feelings, the last pieces of effort we forgot we were still carrying. They loosen. They soften. They drift away, like leaves carried across still water, until there is nothing left to hold. The night holds us now, gently, quietly, fully. We are safe here. We are calm here. We are deeply at peace here. And as the heart settles closer to the soft edge of sleep, we rest in this peaceful assurance. He grants sleep to those He loves. Psalm 127:2. The words feel like a whisper of comfort, not demanding, not urgent, only kind, only reassuring, only enough. The boundary between wakefulness and sleep becomes softer, lighter, as if the world itself is dimming into silence. We no longer try to sleep. We no longer reach for rest. We simply allow rest to come to us, naturally, gently, without effort. The breath becomes slow and quiet. Awareness grows lighter, drifting softly, drifting freely. As the night cradles the heart with calm, the body rests in warmth and safety. The mind floats in silence. The spirit feels still and steady, held in gentle peace. And as we linger here, so near to sleep, so near to deep and restoring rest, we hold this final promise close. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you. Isaiah 26:3. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to think, nothing more to carry. We are allowed to surrender, to rest. We are allowed to release the day completely. We are allowed to sleep. The body settles into stillness. The breath becomes soft and slow. The heart rests quietly in peace. And now, we let go. Gently, gradually, peacefully, and allow the night to carry us. Calmly, softly, lovingly, into deep, quiet, restoring sleep.